What if the most powerful ancient knowledge wasn't destroyed? Not burned, not erased, not lost. What if it was sealed? Not to hide it from you, but to protect you from using it too early, because some principles only work when you're ready, and if you apply them at the wrong time, they backfire. Today I'm going to walk you through 7 deep ancient secrets that were never destroyed, only sealed. Each one is practical, each one is usable, and one of them may explain exactly where you are in life right now. Let's begin. Secret 1. Timed activation. Ancient teachers believed knowledge activates in seasons, not on demand, not in order, in seasons. You can hear advice at 20 and ignore it. You can hear the same advice at 40 and feel it land like lightning. The words didn't change, you did. That's not coincidence, it's timing architecture. Here's how this helps you in everyday life. If something suddenly makes sense now, a boundary, a truth, a career shift, a pattern in your relationships, don't say, "Why didn't I see this before?" Ask instead, "What changed in me that allows me to see this now?" That question removes self-blame. You weren't behind. You were early. But that leads to a deeper question. If knowledge activates in seasons, what prepares you for those seasons? Secret 2. The silence phase. Across ancient cultures, before insight came silence, withdrawal, isolation, stillness. Not punishment, preparation. Silence compresses awareness. When noise drops, perception sharpens. You've experienced this, a period where things slowed down, fewer invitations, less validation, less noise. It feels like something is missing. But what if something is integrating? Here's how you use this. If life goes quiet, don't rush to fill it. Don't panic scroll. Don't overschedule. Don't chase distraction. Instead, try this. 10 minutes. No phone, no advice, no input. Notice what surfaces. Silence reorganizes your thinking. And here's the next layer. If silence sharpens perception, what did ancient builders physically slow people down to? Secret 3. Structured slowness. Ancient temples had long corridors, tight turns, low light. They forced you to move slowly. Why? Because speed reduces detail detection. The faster you move, the less you see. Modern life rewards speed, but speed is emotional. Clarity is slow. Here's the application. When facing a decision, a message you want to send, a purchase, a conflict, add time, even 24 hours. Most regret comes from fast movement under pressure. Slowness reveals blind spots. Now consider this. If slowing down increases clarity, what were all those ancient symbols really for? Secret 4. Symbols were perception training. Spirals, sacred geometry, repeating carvings. They weren't decoration, They were cognitive exercises. When you stare at balanced shapes long enough, your nervous system steadies. When you focus on symmetry, your attention sharpens. Symbols trained focus, and focus determines quality of judgment. Here's your modern version. Your attention is a muscle. If it's constantly fractured by notifications, multitasking, background noise, your perception weakens. Try this. 5 minutes, one task, full attention. You'll feel resistance. That resistance is your focus rebuilding. But here's something more important. If perception was trained, what were they protecting inside the temple? Secret 5. The inner chamber principle. Many ancient sites had false entrances. The outer area was accessible. The real chamber was deep inside. Protection wasn't at the surface, it was at the core. Most people defend image, reputation, appearance, status, but neglect foundation, health, skill, savings, emotional regulation, discipline. Ancient builders understood something simple. Surface defense is visible. Inner defense determines survival. Ask yourself this week, am I polishing the entrance or strengthening the chamber? And before someone was allowed near that inner chamber, something else always happened. Destabilization, which leads to secret 6. Transition before expansion. Every myth includes exile before authority, descent before ascent, disorientation before clarity. This is not drama, it's development. Old identity collapses, new capacity forms. In everyday life, this feels uncomfortable. You outgrow roles, you question direction, you feel uncertain. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what role is dissolving so another can form? Expansion requires structural change. Structural change feels unstable. And that brings us to the final secret. Secret 7. Sealed potential. Ancient schools believed most people operate below their capacity, not because they are incapable, because comfort doesn't activate depth. Capacity expands under responsibility, under pressure, under silence, under discipline. Sealing knowledge wasn't about control, it was about readiness. If someone takes on power before maturity, they collapse. If someone adopts discipline before stability, they burn out. Timing protects strength. Here's how this applies right now. When life increases responsibility, a promotion, parenthood, leadership, a crisis, instead of thinking, I'm not ready, try asking, what capacity is this activating? Growth feels like pressure before it feels like power. Now pause. Look at your current life. What feels slow? What feels silent? What feels like identity shift? What suddenly makes sense? You may not be stuck. You may be in activation. Nothing was destroyed. It may have been sealed until you were ready. And here's the question that matters next. How do you know which phase you're in? Because when you misread the phase, you fight the process. In the next video, we'll break down the 4 human transition phases and how to recognize them in real time. Once you identify the phase, you stop resisting it, and that changes everything.